Leadership is one that has governance. Governance has several facets. To be a leader, he should one of good governance and good financial management.
Everybody knows Dad as somewhat of the kingpin, the leader of Lanao del Norte. They all know to go to him when it comes to the decisions, the leader of the family. And then it's always also in terms of election and campaign, I know everybody in the Senate, President, they're all going to Dad. That's what I remember.
In 1992, that was an election where he ran for governor in Lanao del Norte. From Batasang Pambansa to a candidate as governor for Lanao del Norte.
Hey, Dad. Morning, sir.
Hello. We're filing a bill to see if we can have our own BIR. That's good. That's good. No?
During the time he started politics, especially when he was very young, medyo magulo sa lalawigan ng Lanao del Norte. So he was very hands-on when it came to running the province, governing the province, and making sure that there's peace and unity between the Muslims and Christians.
I was with his campaign, and we were uphill in the campaign against Governor Arbalos because he was the incumbent candidate for governor.
During that election, and very, very close fight with his opponent. That was the former governor of the province, Paking Abalos, Francisco Abalos. And he won by a slight number.
Probably because of his father and of his good relations with the people of Lanao del Norte as a member of the Batasang Pambansa, he won as governor for Lanao del Norte in 1992.
The proclamation of martial law is not a military takeover. I, as your duly elected President of the Republic, use this power which may be implemented by the military authorities, but still is a power embodied in the Constitution to protect the Republic of the Philippines and our democracy.
1991, that was during the time of the chaos. That was martial law time. It was Ferdinand Marcos Sr. who declared martial law at the time in 1972 because of the conflict, not only in Mindanao but because of the communist insurgency in Luzon. In Mindanao, it was Nor Miswari, who was with the group of Ninoy Aquino. And there was a conflict between Muslims and Christians. There was complete chaos in Lanao del Norte at the time.
Well, when I was still young, the way Mom and Dad complemented each other was Dad was busy with work in the province, doing what he had to do, while Mom was at home taking care of us kids, She'd make sure we do our studies, go to school, she'd make sure that, she watches us while Dad was busy at work. That was their tandem from what I remember.
So when he sat as provincial governor, he really dedicated himself for the betterment, the improvement of Lanao del Norte. And that was a great sacrifice in our family. So I didn't see my father anymore. He was always in the province. Sometimes he'd come back to Manila and I'd be very happy. I remember this, seeing him in the kitchen. And then, I thought, we'll have dinner and movies like before. And then next thing you know, I wake up in the morning, he's gone, he's back in the province, Yeah, I remember being heartbroken or crying. It's like, where's my dad?
I was told
When we entered the office of the governor, he said, I am going to develop, and I would like to develop Lanao del Norte, but I cannot do it without peace and order. And I added, you cannot achieve peace and order unless you can unify the Muslim and the Christians of the province. Governor Abdullah asked me to give him 30 names of his leaders from Linamon to Tagitik, to come up with a program for the unification of the province.
Personally, I saw him building up the unity among the Muslim and the Christian in the province.
Ang nakaparticipate sa among seminars, niabot og about 3,000. Kaning 3,000 became his agents of peace and unity. And he organized this into the UNLAD, United Lanao del Norte Alliance for Development, which became his agents of peace. Mauni ang ngadto sa katawhan ning lapyag ang atong kahusay ug kalinaw.
Yeah, they would go barangay to barangay, household to household, explaining to them the importance of peace and unity between Muslims and Christians.
So pagkahuman ana, ingon na po siya, ko, John, unsaon man nato pag measure o pagtanaw nga ang atong gihibo nagbunga. So I said, ato tikali ning mag-organize ta og something like a celebration ba, and find out if what we did was right, in that we are successful in what we did. So na-organize ang Araw ng Lanao del Norte. The purpose of having the Araw ng Lanao del Norte, i-involved tanan from the barangay to the munisipyo nga moanha diha. And it became an agri-aqua culture show. Mao na ni ang Araw ng Lanao del Norte nato karon. Nga diin ang kada lungsod nagbutang og booth nga diin ipresentar ang ilahang maipakita ang ilang mga produkto.
Vision 2020 was the vision that my father launched when he was the governor of the province of Lanao del Norte in the early 90s.
When Vision 2020 came into reality, I was a provincial board member of the province of Lanao del Norte. So, we legislate the Vision 2020.
Ang Vision 2020 nga nahimo katong workshop seminar sa 25 leaders sa Midway, Initaw, mauto ang hagdan nga nahimo pagkabot sa atong kahimtang karon. Nahimo kini sa panahon ni Abdullah.
From what I experienced here with my colleagues now, is that is really the deciding factor when it comes to politics in Lanao del Norte during his time. He makes the final say, he does the final say, and I think that the congressmen or the senators are fully aware of that because of the influence that he has.
There's so much need in Lanao del Norte. There's so much development roads that we promised to build, schools we promised to build, municipalities we want to further develop. and we cannot achieve that in one year, one term, one administration. It's continuing every year. The Iligan-Zamboanga Road, it took Cory, Fidel Ramos, Gloria Macapagal to have that concreted. The interior circumferential highway took Gloria Macapagal, Pinoy, and then Duterte to have it concreted. The Panguil Bay Bridge actually became a NEDA-approved project during the time of Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. It was conceptualized during the time of Fidel Ramos, and then it was just, an idea. It was not approved yet. It was just lobbied. Then it became approved during GMA. Then it became funded during Pinoy's time. But then it became groundbreaking. Really was during Duterte's time. The construction really started working, and then hopefully, it will be finished during Bongbong Marcos's time. Sana lang it won't reach another president, So that's how long it takes for for projects to be realized.
Everywhere I go, generally, they really love Dad. When they see Dad, they're happy to see him. And then just recently, when I'm in position, I actually learned all the things that he's done. Dad just basically told me his vision for peace and unity, but he never went into the details. But I find out, being in the province, I find out from other people, and it's not just from people that work with us or work for us, but it's actually the constituents, it's actually farmers, it's actually these vendors. And they tell us how Dad has helped them.
So that's the most important thing, that every year, we're moving forward. And I think that would be my role as, the eldest son, to find ways that my parents' promises will be fulfilled.
Ang ligasiya nga nahatag sa mga Dimaporo sa probinsya sa Lanao del Norte ang kahusay o kalinaw o ang pagka-develop sa province karon.
He knows that he's the leader of the Dimaporo clan, and he knows that what decision he makes, the family will follow.